There once was a Chow who lived in a house with a garden in front of it. It was a beautiful summer day, and the Chow Chow was laying on his bed, inside the house, looking out at the garden. All of a sudden, a bright butterfly flew past his nose, and he instantly got excited and ran to the door and started barking. "Woof, woof, woof," he said. "I want to go outside and chase that butterfly." His owner saw how excited he was and let him out the door. As soon as he was outside, he started chasing the butterfly. "Woof, woof," he said. "I'm gonna catch you." The butterfly kept flying just out of his reach. It would land on a flower, and he would bark at it, and then it would fly away again. This went on for a little while, and the Chow Chow was starting to get frustrated. "Grrr," he growled. "You can't escape me forever." Then he saw the butterfly land on a bush, and he thought he finally had it. He jumped up and down trying to get it, but it flew away before he could grab it. As he was laying on the ground panting, he heard some soft footsteps behind him. He turned his head and saw a cat walking towards him. She had a sly grin on her face, and the butterfly was sitting on her nose. "Meow," she purred. "Looks like you couldn't catch it." The Chow Chow was furious. "Grrr," he growled. "I'm gonna get that butterfly yet." And he started chasing her around the garden. She led him on a merry chase, going around bushes and trees, jumping over flowers and rocks. He slipped and slid in the grass, rolled over logs, and splashed in puddles. All the while, the butterfly stayed on her nose. He barked and jumped, but she was too quick for him. After a while, he was exhausted and lay down in the grass. The cat stopped and looked back at him. "Why don't you give up?" she asked. "It's no use trying to catch something that's too fast for you." He looked up at her and said, "I'm not giving up. I'm going to catch that butterfly yet." She shook her head and walked away, leaving him to his thoughts. He watched her go and thought about what she had said. Maybe she was right. Maybe it was no use trying to catch something that's too fast for you. But he didn't want to admit it. He was too proud. He got up and started walking around the garden, looking for the butterfly. He didn't see it anywhere, so he sat down on the grass and waited. A few minutes went by, and he started to get bored. He looked up and saw the cat sitting in a tree watching him. "Ha ha," she said. "Give up yet?" He shook his head and said, "No, I'm still going to catch that butterfly." She jumped down from the tree and walked over to him. "You know," she said, "it's not too late to give up. You could still enjoy the rest of your day without getting all worked up." He looked at her and said, "No, I'm not giving up. I want to catch that butterfly." She sighed and walked away. He watched her go and thought about what she had said. Maybe she was right. Maybe it was time to give up. He stood up and walked over to the tree. He looked up and saw the cat sitting there watching him. "So," she asked, "are you going to give up?" He took a deep breath and said, "Yes, I give up. I'm not going to try to catch that butterfly anymore." She smiled and said, "Good. Now let's enjoy the rest of our day." And they both sat down on the tree branch together. As they were sitting there, the butterfly flew past them. It landed on a nearby flower, and they watched it. "Do you think," the Chow Chow started, "do you think it's beautiful?" The cat looked at him and said, "What?" He looked back at her and said, "The butterfly. Do you think it's beautiful?" She smiled and said, "Yes, it is beautiful. It's so graceful and free. Do you wish you could be like it?" He looked at her for a moment and then said, "No, I don't think so. I like being me." She nodded and said, "Me too. I wouldn't trade being a cat for anything." They sat in silence for a few moments, just enjoying each other's company and the beauty of the butterfly. The Chow Chow felt a sense of calm wash over him. He had never felt this way before. It was so peaceful. Then the butterfly flew away, and they watched it go. "Do you think," The Chow Chow started. Do you think it'll come back? The cat looked at him and said, What? He looked back at her and said, The butterfly. Do you think it'll come back? She smiled and said, Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? But that's okay. We don't need the butterfly to make our day special. We have each other. He blushed and looked away. He didn't know what to say. He had never felt this way about another animal before. The cat stood up and said, Well, it was nice talking to you, but I have to go now. My kittens are probably wondering where I am. He watched her go and thought about what she had said. She was right. They didn't need the butterfly to make their day special. They had each other, and as he sat there, thinking about the cat, he couldn't help but smile. He had made a friend and given up his chase, and it was the best day he had ever had. The end. Hello, dear friends. It's me here, and today we have a very special story to share with you. It's a story about a Chow Chow and a butterfly. The Chow Chow is a big, fluffy dog with a blue-black tongue. He loves to chase butterflies, but he's never been able to catch one. One day, he sees a beautiful butterfly and gives chase. He runs all over the garden, but the butterfly is too fast for him. Just when he's about to give up, he sees a cat who has the butterfly in her paws. The cat is kind, and she lets the Chow Chow have the butterfly, and he is so happy. He finally has his prize. Now, this is a story about friendship and perseverance. No matter how many times the Chow Chow failed to catch the butterfly, he never gave up. And in the end, his hard work paid off. He made a new friend and caught the butterfly. What do you think of the story? Tell us in the comments below. And if you liked the story, please give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.